Previously on Restoration, fire, pests, and messy patrons. Those are numbers 1, 2, and 3 on the list of the librarian's sworn enemies. Our motley band of misfits did surprisingly well on their field test at Silvery Moon's famed Vault of the Sages, ferreting out the monsters making a home in the history section and trapping them with minimal damage. Headed back to APTAP HQ, they were stunned by a sudden explosion, and even more surprised that it wasn't the fault of the boy or Gwen.
Listen, he never directly causes explosions. It's the people around him that cause the explosions, okay?
Uh-huh.
Chaz is like, I feel like an explosion is just part of life.
Y'all are scary.
As you know, last session we ended with the explosion at the APTAP HQ building.
Yeah, it sounds bad.
Yeah, that sounds really bad. But we at least know Gwen didn't do it.
Yes.
Since he immediately yelled, it was not my fault.
Yeah.
Whereabouts in the building did the explosion come from?
It seems to have been just like a lot of the building. You're not quite sure yet.
Oh boy.
It's not good. We're actually going to begin at the auxiliary building. So APTAP has their main headquarters building, and they also have a series of auxiliary buildings. Some of these are in Silvery Moon proper. Others are kind of variations on the spell Mordenkainen's Magnificent Mansion and Private Sanctum. So they're kind of here, but not here. So this is the Artificing auxiliary building. This is where most of the artificers have their secondary labs or things that were deemed too dangerous to be in the HQ building are kept over here.
So Chaz's dorm, basically.
Yeah. So you guys take the, what do we have? 2 crates of Gingwatsum? These creepy energy creature things?
Yeah, I think we agreed that, I agreed Sarathiel is carrying them because he's the strong boy.
Yes, 100%.
So you're planning to go to the auxiliary building anyway, which is lucky because there was just a massive explosion at the main building, but you'll figure that out later.
Is there like a fire that we have to worry about? Like a spreading fire?
No, that's being taken care of. Part of Silvery Moon's mythal is a dampening of a lot of fire magic, so it kind of went down pretty quickly.
I feel like this is all making me very nervous. Like, we're walking into a building that's at least partially burning, just maybe not where we are.
It's fire adjacent.
It's fire adjacent. I don't love that. That's not great.
Chaz just pats you on the back. It's fine.
I did a bad job explaining. So there's multiple buildings. It's kind of like, you know, how University City like Oxford or Cambridge are set up. Like, they've got multiple buildings and multiple campus type things.
If a building explodes, Sarathiel's the type who's going to run toward it and see if anyone needs, like, help. Like, a building exploded. He wants to check on people.
Yeah, like, I feel like the crates feel suddenly very not as important as the fiery buildings.
Okay.
Like, maybe he'll go to the auxiliary building, put the crates down on, like, the nearest surface and be like, here, his things. I need to go find 1 second. And then he, like, immediately leaves.
Viernan was going to explain what the hell is in these crates, but he's not letting you go alone.
Just feel free to explain whatever you want, Viernan. I gotta go to a place.
I just meant like he doesn't want to let you run off unsupervised toward giant explosion burning crazy. Okay.
Oh, all right, there he goes. But should I take these or should I follow him? Ah!
Viernan calls back, Chaz, just explain what those are real quick and meet us over there, I guess.
All right, you got it.
Okay.
I'm looking very torn I don't know what I'm doing. Like, looking at everybody in panic, being like, where do I go? What am I supposed to do?
Well, Sarathiel's made up his mind. He's gone. He's going.
Chaz is like, stay with me, intern.
He's probably too far away at this point, so yeah. I guess I'm just, like, looking at you, Chaz, and I'm like, I guess I'll stay here.
Then he's like, all right. He grabs Gwen, and this is like, all right, let's go find someone, and then chase after him.
Well, okay.
Don't want you following.
It looked very dangerous, the fire. So
it is dangerous, and we are headed back that way soon. Towards the danger.
Excellent. I'm really excited about this.
You work in this building. You're familiar with it. You would know where to find people. Like, right now you're in the lobby, and you just need to, like, go up a level, and you'll find a ton of people.
Perfect. That's where he is immediately headed.
So there's a couple things you know. First off, you know that several of your friends are around here. Also, you know that you can just yell, fire, and get people's attention. Like, getting somebody down to you was not the issue. One of the other artificers, Birdie, comes running over to you because he heard the explosion and was, what the hell's going on? Chaz, are you okay?
We are fine. Everything's fine. Going to check on the explosion. We have a ging what's it for you. Goodbye.
What? He follows after you because that's, what, a ging what?
Yep, that's what I said. Okay, now we really got to go. It's now your problem. Goodbye.
A ging what? Yes, exactly. Well done.
You're an artificer. Go study it. I don't have time for this. The boy just ran off.
All right, so you tell Birdie the artificer about the King Watson. You don't remember the name of them or even to describe what they are, but you've at least told him where they are and shown him the boxes on your way back out of the building.
Oh, he's going to detail, just very quickly, all right, Birdie, very quickly, important notes. Ethereal plane, shapeshifter.
Ooh.
Yeah, one of them we caught in an orb form. Beautiful. The other one is a ferret that Sarathiel thinks is a cat. A weasel, sorry. One of them is a weasel. Yeah, but Sarathiel thinks that it's a cat.
Has he never seen a cat before?
I don't think he has. We'll have to explain it later. But anyway, now it's your problem.
Thanks. All right, so Birdie just goes, thanks, as you abandon him with these heavy, heavy boxes, and he goes to find somebody to help him move them somewhere safer than just the lobby.
Exactly. He's like, there's lots of you, and going to explosion now. All right, bye. He also doesn't like the idea of Sarathiel just rushing off. He's like, all right. Gotta make sure that doesn't make it worse.
I think Sarathiel's instinct would be to be like, follow the source of the explosion and just like open the nearest door and just shout like, is everyone okay? Something like that.
I really wanted to not focus too much on it right now. I want to kind of gradually reveal some stuff about it later. So I'm going to say that, you guys spend several hours helping out. You help find people who are injured. Viernan goes to help out in the med tent once he's sure that somebody's going to be watching Sarathiel, just in case. So you get the building cleared. Like I said, the fires were already starting to be suppressed by the magic of the mythal in the city.
A couple of very lucky people get firemen carried out by Sarathiel.
Chaz just whispers to Gwen, I keep forgetting your name, I'm so sorry.
It's all good. Man, it feels like meeting a new coworker.
Right, exactly. They're not going to wash their clothes for days. They're going to gossip and, the people who get carried by Sarathiel are going to be the envy of all of Aptap.
I look at you in confusion. I'm like, their clothes smell like smoke. They're going to have to wash them.
Just right over.
Oh, yes. And then he just smiles and pats you on the... Indeed.
I just sort of look around confused to get back to whatever I was doing.
Yeah, Sarathiel, I feel like he's don't give him any firefighting duties, but he can carry people out, carry things out, break open barred doors, that kind of thing.
Yeah. I feel like, Gwen, you've been assigned to roll bandages.
Yeah, that checks out. I do actually have proficiency in medicine. I don't remember why I took that.
Huh. That's cute, actually.
Yeah,
I like it.
I think he likes healing people. So, I don't know. I mean, he could definitely roll bandages, but he probably also knows how to, be okay, make sure someone doesn't have a concussion, that kind of stuff.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure if your skill levels or, if you would accidentally set something on fire, but, we're good.
I mean, it's still an even chance, so.
It's always a possibility for a wizard.
You never know. Especially, with a wizard. Who knows?
I don't have any healing spells, so it's like I can't screw that up. Like, the healing abilities are purely, like, normal, like, assisting people.
Put a bandage on, stop the bleeding.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, we're not trying to do any magic. Although, if I think about it too hard, don't let me think about it too hard. There are things I could do, so don't just keep it busy. It's probably the best way to handle this.
Oh, God. So, like I say, you guys spend several hours helping clear the building and just making sure everybody's out and safe and taken care of. You don't really have a count yet on casualties. That'll probably come in the early hours of the morning or even the next day. But everyone is safe and everyone is put into other dorms and places where they can rest while somebody investigates what's going on here. And it's probably going to be a more experienced team than you guys, no offense. This was your failed test.
Yeah.
He has a 6 int. He's not qualified to do that.
Absolutely not.
100%.
Yeah, so it sounds like, Chaz, you live over near where your lab is, it sounds like.
Oh, for sure.
And Sarathiel, your quarters were probably in the main building.
He's used to being moved around. He's never had, like, a permanent room that's his. So it's water off his back. It's fine.
Yeah. It's several hours later. You've grabbed like an hour or two of sleep while you can. Viernan is probably the most exhausted out of the lot of you, because he didn't bother with sleep. Yeah, healer. In the morning, he gathers you together so that you can more formally finish what you were supposed to do, turning in the Gingwatsum and giving more notes on what happened and things like that. Obviously, the explosion is on everyone's mind, but, paperwork does still have to get done.
This is AppTap, for God's sake. You have to fill out the paperwork in a timely manner.
Otherwise, it didn't happen.
Right?
Exactly. Okay, you find Birdie, and you give him a better rundown of exactly what happened. Viernan fills him in on the exact creature name, because it wasn't a Gingwats.
Actually, now that he's not distracted, you almost wish that he was distracted because, oh boy. All right, so, did you get my notes last time? All right, so this is what happened. Just, goes into great detail. He's like, Birdie, are you writing this down?
I can't write fast enough.
Right. I'll go slower.
Thanks. Appreciate it. My hand's about to fall off.
Have you ever heard of a shorthand? I can teach you sometime if you'd like.
Get it together, Birdie. God.
Already using it. Thanks.
It's fine. He knows. This is just how we roll here.
I look abashed and, slink back into obscurity.
You poor thing. You'll get to teach somebody shorthand. You've all been quartered over in the Artificing building. They had the most space free, probably because people didn't really want a room where they know that dangerous monsters are held temporarily and, all sorts of experimental contraptions are being made. But beggars, choosers, all that. And you've noticed there's this kind of grumbling undercurrent in the Artificing building, because these aren't their primary labs for the most part. Some of them actually had primary labs in the main HQ building, so they're not working with their normal equipment, and it's just kind of annoying.
Oh, man.
Chaz completely understands. There's one guy over there having a breakdown because his favorite pen is gone. He's like, oh, man, I know. It's awful. The wrong pen. It just doesn't take the right notes. Am I right? Oh, I'm so sorry.
So one of the things about this Ox building is because of the way that it's set up with the variant spells that are used to house everything, you can't portal the creatures back just yet. So they're going to keep them for observation and just, hopefully not let them go like the crawling claw in the picnic episode.
Sarathiel definitely informs whoever is in charge of monitoring them, the cat bites. It's mean. It's a mean cat.
Uh-huh. Yeah, it has got very sharp teeth. I don't think it's a cat, though.
No, I'm pretty sure it's a cat.
Have you ever seen a cat? Before this, I mean.
I don't see how that's relevant.
I'm just curious if this is your first time seeing a cat.
Cats are generally not as long and skinny. I gotta go. And Birdie wanders off. Because he doesn't want to get into this.
Chaz is like, no, but really, what sound does a cat make? I'm just really, really interested in this.
I'm looking horrified. Oh god, it's like you do this with like my 2-year-old nephew.
Sarathiel says, all I know is that I asked for a cat once, and then I was denied. And then I asked for a cat several years later, and then they denied me again. Everyone keeps saying, oh, it's like a lap cat, and I want a cat, but they won't let me have a cat.
All right, so...
They seem to be small and furry, and this thing is small and furry.
Yes, good.
So it's a cat, right?
No.
Chaz is like, oh, close. Right. They are similar in size, but they make a specific sound. And, God, I've been waiting for this stupid moment for weeks. He holds up his hands like paws, and he's like, like, nya.
God.
Oh my god, Kay. Jesus. Like, just why would you do that? Why? Oh.
Kay, you just cursed the podcast.
You have the audacity to complain about my ferret joke?
This is the worst thing that's ever happened.
All right, so 5-minute Wonderwall joke. That.
Well, this is setting the tone really well.
So deeply cursed.
I feel like we all just stare at you. We're just stare at you, and we're just and I feel like I say, I don't think cats actually sound like that. And then I just I'm like, I need to not be here anymore.
So you guys, you've been able to grab a quick breakfast after you do your proper run through of what exactly happened in the library and that everything is fine now. And it's going to take a while to shift all of the rubble and to figure out what caused this explosion. It's not immediately clear if it was something in the artificers' labs that went wrong, or if it was actually someone with malicious intent. We just don't know yet. All right, so you guys have had a little bit of chance to rest. You've given your report, and one of the other interns lets you know that the administrant is looking for you and would like to see you in her office.
So, quick question.
Uh-huh.
How many memories of the administrant does Sarathiel have?
Oh, boy.
Because how he approaches this meeting will vary wildly, depending on what he remembers about her. Because I know they fuck with memory charms, so I don't know specifically how much.
I think that particular memory has been kind of hazified. It's not quite as clear as it could be.
So just kind of like a vague sense of unease about her that I can't really explain.
It's totally irrational because she's so nice. You don't know why you feel nervous around her, but other people feel nervous around her just because of her position, so maybe it's that's
That's probably it, yeah. She's just, she's a powerful woman, that's all.
Yeah. Powerful woman and a tiefling in a city of elves, it's probably just...
It's probably just that, yeah. Don't worry about it.
How does Gwen feel, though, about being summoned to someone's office, though?
Oh, yeah, no, I 100%, as we're walking there, I lean over to you and I'm like, is this getting summoned to the principal's office?
Oh, is that what you're worried about? Not at all.
Oh, thank goodness.
Administrant Orianna is, the coolest.
Yeah.
Yeah?
I suppose.
Why is she so cool?
I mean, she founded AppTap. Isn't that amazing?
Oh, wow.
Did you not go through the onboarding?
I mean, I did, but there was a lot of information in it.
True.
There's just so much to learn, and I've been so impressed by all the cool spells and things. Just kind of took. There was a lot about paperwork. There was a whole section on paperwork, and they were really excited. And I don't know if I get it, to be honest.
Okay, that feels like a lie though, because Gwen was nerding the hell out about books and book learning and shit.
Paperwork is different than books.
That's administrative bullshit.
Yeah, it's really boring.
I feel like this whole conversation takes place in the hallway, as we're walking to her office. And Sarathiel kind of sidles up to Chaz as they're walking, says, "So, do you know the administrant well?"
Sure, yeah. We're pals.
She's fine, right?
Oh, are we talking about fine? Or are we talking about
He does not understand the question. He just stares at you in confusion.
Right. He's so are you asking if she's hot?
Well, she's a tiefling, so she has resistance to...
Right. Oh, she is, for a woman, she's, very beautiful, but what exactly are you asking?
She's just she's fine, right? Like, she's normal?
Yeah.
She's all right?
Normal. Oh, Sarathiel, is she normal? Well, as normal as any of us can be, I suppose.
Right. His question has not been answered. He's just willing to like, okay, all right, thanks, I guess.
Great. Good talk. Glad you learned how to ask direct questions. Chaz is like super confused, like, what information are you trying to get from me?
Your query does not make sense.
Right. Please input more specific information.
Okay, so you're headed toward the administrant's office. This is not her main office, obviously.
There was some fire, so.
Yeah, a little bit of fire, lots of exploding, it's possibly structurally unsound. They don't really want to go there right now. This is her secondary office. She's probably co-opted somebody else's office. It's not as put together as her office normally is. The hallways in this building are not anywhere near as grand as they are in the main headquarters building. The headquarters building is made to impress, and it's made to encourage people to join AbTap. It's really a showpiece. This is a auxiliary building. It's just there to get shit done on a daily basis. The office is a little cluttered. There's filing cabinets everywhere that are not hers, and she looks a little miffed that somebody has left all of this paper just sitting around.
Oh, how dare they?
Don't they know who I am?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I sympathize with this woman.
But that said, she does still smile and rise to greet you all when you come in the door. So she rises when the other assistant lets her know that you're here, and says, "Hello, it's good to see you. I'm glad that you weren't affected by what happened last night."
What did happen last night? Any word on that?
We're still getting all of the details, unfortunately. But I was hoping that Viernan could give me some good news on how your field test went. A little short of field agents right now, as you can understand, as they are all investigating what happened. And I think Viernan just kind of like, oh god, I have to actually vouch for them after one field test. So Viernan steps over and he says, well, I mean, if we're really shorthanded, they worked well together in the Vault of the Sages. I don't know how they would do with other missions, but I'd be willing to keep watching and keep helping out if you really think it's necessary. Anyone have a reaction to his doubts?
Oh no, Sarathiel's too nervous to talk.
No, that's fair. He knows that. That's why he's talking instead of making you.
I feel like Viernan is incorrect and we are not ready, so I'm mostly just being like, I don't understand what's going on right now.
Chaz is like complete opposite of both of you. He's just like, oh, come on, V, we're alive. That's good enough, isn't it? Nothing got destroyed in the library anyway.
That's not true, I say to Chaz with big wide eyes.
It's not a glowing reaction.
Nothing that can't be repaired got destroyed. I amend my statement.
The administrator is kind of like horrified. They're rusty. This was their first field mission. I don't know what exactly you expect me to say. If we're truly that strapped, we can keep doing this, but administrant, is it really that bad? And she sighs and sits back down at the chair, gesturing for you to take chairs. There's a couple around. You might have to move some books. I'm afraid it is. Obviously, we sent out a lot of our teams further afield, but a lot of the Silvery Moon field teams were here when it happened. Here or nearby, and unfortunately, we really need them working on finding out what happened. And she kind of hesitates. We suspect that there was foul play involved, that it wasn't just an accident, but we don't have any proof yet.
It's true, there are a lot of explosions in my wing.
Which is why you're in an auxiliary building usually, for very, very good reasons.
Yeah, that checks out. There are explosions. Like, that's just part of my daily life. It's fine.
Can we get a general description of Orianna? I don't think we've gotten one.
The administrant is a tiefling, as we mentioned. She has piercing silver eyes and purple hair and purple-tinged skin. She's very tall and her horns are the curling horns of a ram.
Nice.
That was cool.
And she is a very, very snappy dresser.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice! Chaz is just like, by the way, looking great.
Thank you, Chaz, dear.
Anyway, like, if you ever need anything, like, you want to change up your nail color, let me know.
No, she's used to it. No, she actually is... She's somebody that I think, Chaz, you kind of admire, being another outsider in the city.
There is no way that Chaz did not pick up Tiefling in an elven city. He's totally hyping her up. Yeah, she's so awesome!
To be fair, she is pretty awesome. She did have a hand in repairing the mythal of the city when it started to go a little bonkers about 50 years ago. And she, as we mentioned, was one of the founders of AppTap. So she really took it personally that some of these events in the future happened, taking over various hells, conquests by gods. This really bothered her, and the instabilities that this caused bothered her even more. So she had actually set out to create this administration to actually help and to fix all of these rifts in space-time. It's gotten a little sidetracked by a lot of the paperwork over the years, but it's still a good mission.
Bureaucracy.
So that is the administrant.
I feel like I'm looking around in a panic at everybody, and I'm like, I thought you at least would know what had happened with the explosions. You're saying that you don't know and you want us to find out?
Oh, no.
Oh, thank God.
No. It's Gwenid, right?
I like preen, because nobody actually says my name correctly, and I'm like, yes! Like, stand up kind of straight, adjust my glasses. I've decided I have glasses. It is Gwenid Battlestar, ma'am.
She smiles kindly. We're very happy to have you on the team, and I'm glad to hear that the field test went well. Obviously, I would much rather that all of you had more experience under your belts, but we have to do what we do. So I was hoping that what you could do was actually take over some of the other team's responsibilities while they're investigating what's going on here. You'll help out with closing some rifts around the city and handling any monsters that have crept through, that kind of thing.
I breathe like a big sigh of relief.
Personally, I don't think that dealing with monsters is better.
It's good negotiating tactics. Start out with the worst possible thing, and then the next worst thing is much better.
It's true. It's still way dangerous, but it's better.
Yeah, I'm nodding eagerly. Yeah, okay, yeah, rifts. Yeah, we can definitely handle rifts for sure. I look kind of at Chaz as I say this. Wait a minute, is that true?
Yeah, and he's got the bracer, so he just grins and taps it as he grins at you. Absolutely, we got this.
That's wonderful news. So we did actually have a couple of things that were scheduled for today, and I was hoping you could help out with one of them. Our usual team is, well, Fiernan, you took care of one of them last night, and her face just kind of falls.
Oh no.
But she moves on past it. Well, out in the market, we've been hearing some disturbances for a little while now. We haven't heard exactly what's going on, but the vendors there are getting quite upset and starting to complain. So we figured that we would send someone out and see if there was any rift activity over there or any sign of any monsters or anything.
So, to be clear, you want us to go shopping?
No.
Because I'm going to go shopping, regardless of whether you want it to happen or not.
I did not say that you were going shopping.
You're sending us to the markets. I don't know what you would expect to happen.
And Viernan just kind of oh god, this is gonna be so good. It's great. It's fine. We'll manage. So you agree, it sounds like, to go to the market and check out what's been going on out there?
Yeah, Sarathiel's too scared to say no.
Yeah, Chaz sort of elbows him and is like, what's going on with you? You don't like the marketplace?
I'm fine.
You're clearly not, but all right.
I'm fine, Chazmi. I'll drop it.
I like the marketplace, I say eagerly.
I'll drop it. And he turns, he's like, all right, I'll drop it. Turns to Gwen you like the marketplace? Have you been to the one in Silvery Moon?
Yeah, I've definitely been there. I probably didn't buy anything because I'm a student, I don't have any money. So I'm yeah, I love I love to look at the stores.
Yeah, he was more first of all, A, you're broke. B, did you even have time between studying to go out?
I mean, 100%, but...
You're I was not doing anything. And he's great.
I definitely didn't go drinking. Definitely didn't do that.
Cool. I didn't ask about that, but all right. Thanks for saying that.
Okay. Yeah. Just wanted to. Okay. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if we established it or not, but the APTAP buildings are all on the south bank. The city of Silvery Moon is divided by a river. It's the River Rauren. And the older part of the city is the north bank. That's where a lot of the politicians live. It's where a lot of old families are from. It's where the original universities were founded. And as the city grew, it expanded down into the South Bank. As the years have gone on, a lot more of the colleges that make up the conclave have moved to the South Bank or expanded into larger buildings, like the Vault of the Sages. But the real heart of the city is still in the North Bank, and it is the market. The market is a large open area. It's full of stalls. There's a small section further out toward the edge of the city for livestock, a couple horses. Sometimes they'll have horse fairs and things like that. But mostly it's made up of any kind of ware you could imagine. So food vendors, clothing stalls, armor, weapons, all sorts of things. But before you even get there, you have to get across the river. Now, I think we established last time that Sarathiel, you have not really been outside of APTAP.
No.
They've really guarded where you've been.
Yep.
I feel like you were probably allowed a little bit more latitude in the previous APTAP buildings before they moved into Silvery Moon, but since then it's been a lot more tied down. When you come up the main avenue toward the Moon Bridge, it is simply breathtaking. Silvery Moon is very much a city that is intertwined with life. So there are trees growing into buildings. There's all kinds of supports that have been kind of built to accommodate where trees already were. It is very much an elven city. The Moon Bridge is a magical bridge. It is powered by, or possibly hosts, the mythal of the city. The lore is a little bit unclear on that. It's been so many years since the Moon Bridge came into appearance, but it is just a very gradual arch. It's unmistakable, and it is the iconic thing of Silvery Moon. You mention anything about Silvery Moon to a traveler, and they immediately know the Moon Bridge.
It's the Empire State Building of Silvery Moon.
By daylight, you usually can't even see the bridge, which is a little alarming if you have to cross it during the day, if you're not used to that. But at night, under the moon, it just glows with this silvery sheen, which gives it its name. You approach the Moon Bridge. It's not quite as spectacular as it could be, because unfortunately it is daytime, but you are still taken away by the foundations on either end. There's just gorgeous sculptures to support the magic of this structure. The guards that are standing on either end are there mostly to make sure that people don't walk across while it's been deactivated to let a ship through or things like that. But they just wave you on through. They see your APTAP badges and just let you through.
Nice sightseeing spot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Chaz is like, can someone describe it to me? I can't see anything.
Yes, so we should address Chaz.
You said in sunlight, I was like, oh boy, he's got his rose glasses on. He's got Lotus flying ahead of him because literally he can't see shit.
I feel like that we should definitely dress this because I guess have we seen this before? Like Sarathiel might have. I feel like I haven't seen this before.
If you've been outside in Silvery Moon.
So how many drow does Gwen know?
Yeah, no, I mean I've seen the bridge before. I don't think I've seen Chaz's getup.
Indeed. His little fedora.
You've seen at least some of it because, he was wearing his big floppy hat at the picnic, and it was during the day when you met him.
That's fair.
I mean, saying that you can't see shit, not really true. I've said that you can have at least some of your vision. It's not like you're totally blind, because that would be...
He's not totally blind. He's got his glasses out. He's got I have disadvantage in sunlight. Yeah, exactly. He's got, like, Lotus in the front.
The glasses functionally allow Chaz to adventure with the rest of the party so that we don't have to do everything at night, because sometimes monsters don't come out at night.
You know, sometimes that happens. It makes everything pink, which he likes. Literally rose-tinted vision.
You've crossed over the moon bridge, which will be fantastic if you go back that way at night, and Viernan is definitely going to try to make that happen because everyone should see it at least once. He loves his city. You're actually now on the side of the river that he lives on. Viernan actually lives on the north bank. His family has been in Silvery Moon for many generations, and some of them are or were minor politicians. So they have a decent-sized ancestral home here. He doesn't live there, but he lives close by. So you walk up the main avenue, and from blocks away, you can already hear and smell the market. You smell food cooking, you smell spices being traded. What is going through your heads as you're approaching?
Oh man, Sarathiel, like, he's obviously never been to a market before. And, like, as soon as he, like, sees some of the stalls, he smiles, but then it just kind of, like, it becomes a little more sedate, 'cause, like, he's not allowed to, like, buy things. He can't get anything here. He can look, but he definitely can't have anything.
Ouch.
Oh, that's very sad.
Chaz is just, like, vibrating. He's just like, ooh, ooh, people, ooh, stuff, city, yes.
I'm with Chaz. I've lived here for a bit, but, like, not quite long enough to be, like, used to it. And so I'm just still, like, everything is the best.
An out-of-state student.
I'm, like, stopping at every store. Like, I have to get dragged along because I'm like, oh, what's this? Oh, man. And I, like, try it on a scarf.
Not just an out-of-state student, out-of-state yokel student, sounds like.
Yep. I feel like I'm talking Chaz's ear off, and I'm like, Chaz, we have to go. There was this stall last time. Oh, I think it was down this corner. If you just come with me, they had the best fried dough. Just the best. It was the best fried dough you'd ever had in your entire life. Like, maybe we could just make a quick stop.
And I feel like Viernan sees this because, like, this is his job. He's basically a glorified babysitter for you guys.
Yeah.
So he sees this and he just kind of scruffs you and reminds you, hey, we have a job to do. We can shop after.
I look very embarrassed, and then I'm like, oh. Okay, but after! And then I get back excited again, and I'm telling Chaz all about the dough.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it sounds great. Delicious.
Oh, I just can't wait.
Most of the reports that you'd had were from the northernmost part of the market. It's going to be a little bit of a walk to get there. You did enter down at the bottom of the market, closest to the river. So there are things that you can look at while you're on your way, and maybe people you can talk to in the stalls to get some information. You did hear that most of the commotion has been up toward the stalls that deal more in, like, travel goods and the horses, things like that.
Yeah, Chaz is definitely going to want to take the talking to people route. Actually, he's already talking to people, whether or not it's about anything in particular.
Delightful.
Oh my god, I love that color on you. Keep it up. You go, girl. And then, like...
My god, Chaz is that bitch.
Yeah, he's that bitch, right. And then, like, the next stall, he's just like, what? You made all of that by hand? What? No, there's no way.
Oh my god, that's my favorite bitch. Oh, that's my favorite. You must be so fun to get drunk. That's my favorite drunk girl. It's just like, I love all of you. Everyone here is amazing.
Right? He's that bitch, right? And he's not even drunk. He's just like that.
I adore. So I think Chaz's approach is good. You're not really getting much substantial by just complimenting everybody, but you are at least getting goodwill.
Right. What I meant is that he's talking to everybody along the way, but eventually, like, as they get closer, he's going to start asking more specific information.
Okay. So as you get closer to the areas that were affected, you start to hear more specific complaints. You, in fact, start to hear people bitching about griffins.
Griffins?
Oh.
Okay.
Now, tame griffins are one thing. They are wonderful mounts, very, very loyal. Feral griffins are a nightmare.
Basically giant wildcats.
Yeah. Except they've got beaks and claws. Oh, terrible.
Yeah. Giant wildcat combined with an eagle? Great.
This is going to be a really good example of explaining Sarathiel. Like, this is a cat. Well, it's sort of a cat. Like, imagine this part, but not the other.
No, Sarathiel is, like, it's a thing now. Like, everything with fur is a cat to Sarathiel.
Oh, God.
Oh, no.
It has fur and has feathers. He's going to be like, wait,
No, it's a cat. It has fur, so it's a cat.
So you do hear some grumbling about some griffins that have been kind of popping in and out near the livestock quarters. Unfortunately, it sounds like they might have been trying to nest in the roof of one of the buildings nearby. Because it's, like I said, Silvery Moon is very natural and inviting to creatures.
So to be clear, it's griffins plural.
It sure sounds like it.
Okay.
Awesome. Sounds like someone's getting a pet cat.
Oh no! The last thing that Sarathiel needs is a pet. Especially if he doesn't know what a cat is.
It's a cat, Don't worry about it. It's a flying cat, it's fine.
Right.
Oh man, I was gonna do the familiar thing, but we really haven't had time. I feel like I've been too exhausted. It takes like an hour to do this.
You've been a little tired.
Yeah, we've been busy.
And so you guys wander closer to where you're starting to hear that there's a griffin problem. This is, as you get closer, it's becoming more and more evident that, yeah, it's griffins. There's a portal over there. Nobody's been able to deal with it yet. It's been like a week, and they've already lost several horses. It's quite upsetting. You overhear a little bit of other gossip, but you figure you should probably focus on that one first.
All right.
What do we know about griffins? Or rather, what do I specifically know?
That would be a nature check, yes.
Well, we'll see.
Sarathiel will stand in the back and stare wistfully at all the things he can't have.
I might give it to you as a history check, Gwen, since you are a book nerd.
Oh, yes.
But I will give you the caveat that what you know is not necessarily accurate to a real creature.
Yeah, that's fair.
I'll make the nature check because, I want the facts. All right.
Oh, shit.
Hey!
Oh, shit.
Nicely done. So, for our listeners at home, that is a 19 for Chaz and a 16 for Gwen. Let's see, so what do you know about griffins? You know that, obviously, they are avian. They have the bodies of a lion and the head, forelegs, and wings of eagles. And they tend to hunt in small prides, similar to lions. And they love herd animals and horses.
To eat.
They absolutely love them. That is one of their favorite prey.
Tasty. Tasty snack.
Delicious.
You know that generally the best tact to take when confronted by a griffin that wants your horse is to abandon the horse and just get out of there.
Get a new horse later.
Oh, boy.
Right. Unless you want to be part of the snack, it's like, whoop, I'm just gonna, sorry, buddy.
Yep.
Chaz is just like, those poor horses. But griffins gotta eat.
Yes. You know that they tend to lair in high clifftop areas or nests. They don't really have anything like that here in the city, but you do have tall buildings and trees and all sorts of delightful things that might make quite nice nests for a griffin.
Sounds like we're climbing.
Possibly. And you know that they're very territorial.
Oh, good. So they won't be angry at all by us wandering into their nest.
No, it'll be fine. They'll just be like, hey guys, no horses here.
And I guess the other thing that you know is that they can be trained as mounts, but it's very expensive, it's very difficult, and you have to do it from an egg, because if they're at all feral, it won't work.
It will not work, yep.
Yeah, it's like cats. If you don't get them young enough, they're just feral forever.
So that is what you know. Also, avoid the claws and the beaks.
Don't take damage. Got it.
Exactly.
I feel like that one's pretty. I feel like Sarathiel knows that.
He adds in that last bit, looking directly at Sarathiel, avoid the sharp bits.
It's like, yeah, all right, if you say so. Sarathiel kind of looks up, he's looking for possible roosts, because I assume Chaz has been explaining this. So what shall we check first?
What's the tallest spot?
Are there any good potential roosts around?
Yeah, that's a good call.
Make a investigation check, anyone that's looking for those.
Oh, please don't make me do that.
I will do this.
I have a -2 in that.
I have proficiency in that, so let me do that.
I'm gonna try it too.
Wap-ba-ba-da.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh, Gwen.
Oh boy.
Oh, baby boy.
Oh, he rolled a 1.
He looks up and he's like, I see trees.
Which is insane because there aren't any. There's no trees around.
I mean, there are trees. There's some trees because that's what the architecture's like.
I guess so.
Still not good enough with the +6. God damn it, Chaz.
Yeah, 16's actually pretty good. There's not anything that looks immediately like it's a roost, but you do see several tall buildings that could be an option towards the edge of the city and towards the market. And it would make sense if they're eating, they would stay close to where the food is.
Yeah, Chaz is sort of like looking around like, all right. Horses are here. That's prime eating. And okay, there's some tall buildings that way. Okay, that makes sense. Mm-hmm.
All right, by all leave, Chazman. Lead the way.
Chaz, you and I guess Viernan help out heading that way. There's definitely fewer horse vendors in the area. They're a little skittish, understandably. An area of the market that is normally packed is pretty sparse right now. Seems like a lot of people are keeping their stock in stables and safely away and not really doing much trade right now in that section of the market anyway. So I guess you walk closer toward where the suspected roost might be, and
we should, talk to somebody, or at least I feel like Chaz would want to ask, whoa, there's nobody around.
Feel free.
I have a question just in general that I'm going to direct at Chaz and Sarathiel and Viernan. What's the game plan here? Are we killing them? Are we putting him back in the portal? What are we doing?
I mean...
Well, it's very cute you think Sarathiel has a plan.
Sarathiel's like, what's a plan?
Everybody looks like they're all more experienced than me, so at this point, anybody.
Well, the plan for you is to stay at the back, well out of range of beaks and claws.
Oh yeah, no, that was a given. Absolutely. I'm not going anywhere near the dangerous sharp things anymore. I've learned my lesson.
Well, obviously, if we can help it, we don't need to kill them, just maybe encourage them to move somewhere else.
It sounds like they've been going back and forth through the portal, so maybe we can herd them back that way, trick them back that way, I don't know.
Right, it's going...
Oh boy, that should have been an illusion mage.
Or more likely, kill the ones that are on this side of the portal and then close
Probably.
the portal.
More likely, yeah. They are very territorial, so...
I want to hit things with a sword this time, guys. I want to kill things.
Just stay in the back, Gwen. You'll be fine. I'll protect you.
Okay. Well, okay, well, yeah, sure.
That's literally my job, but I'm also flirting, in case you couldn't tell.
What? I just turned red.
Adorable. All right, so do you want to roll another investigation check while you're looking around for more signs?
Absolutely not. Not me. No, thank you.
No, I want to chat. I want to talk to people and ask them about more specifics.
I want to roll better than a nat 1.
You can do it. You can roll.
Okay, sure.
Ha!
Oh,
Hey,
nice.
there you go.
Dirty 24, nice.
While you're looking around, Chaz is chatting up people like, how many horses? That many? Oh, I'm so sorry.
As he's passing some of the stables, Sarathiel's like, I didn't know cats could have hooves.
Oh.
It's not a cat.
It has fur, it's a cat!
Chaz is like, just give up, Gwen. It won't work. He doesn't understand.
Oh boy.
If it has fur, it's a cat.
Those sure are big cats.
Sarathiel, these are much too big to be cats. These are not cats. These are horses, Sarathiel.
They look like cats to me.
No.
Can they fit in your lap?
Agree to disagree.
No.
I say it's a cat, you say it's not a cat. We'll just agree to disagree.
No.
No one knows. Honestly, we both have the same amount of information here. Anyone could be right.
Oh no.
Viernan did not get hardly any sleep last night, so he's already exhausted, but this is also just like, oh god.
You know what? I feel like this is like arguments I have with my father, where it's like, anyone could be right. No, that's not true.
You're like, actually, the facts state the opposite of what you just said, but okay.
All right. Chaz, you've been chatting with people. You've found out a little bit more about how many horses have been taken just in a week, which is a rather alarming number. And while you're doing that, Gwen, you happen to spot a griffin landing on one of the buildings.
Oh.
Oh, it's probably that one.
I try to like shout, but like I can't find the words, so I'm just pointing at it frantically. Like being like, Chaz!
Are you having a stroke?
No! Roof! Furry! Cat! Oh god!
Hey everyone, Val here. Thank you for tuning in to the latest episode of Crit Fail Club, restoration. If you can't wait to hear what happens next, check out our Discord server for episodes in pre-release, or to listen in live as we record. You can join us by going to bit.ly/cfcdiscord. For more information on the show, character biographies, and links to social media, head to our website, critfail.club or critfailclub.com. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr. We don't advertise at all, so if you like what you hear, tell a friend who might also enjoy the show, post on social media about it, or leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. Full episodes are available on our YouTube channel, bit.ly/cfcchannel, or on other major podcast platforms. Thanks again for tuning in.